Whether it's a lager or an ale, whether it's a stout, light, dark, or pale. If you can brew it, Chad can review it. It's time for Chad's Beer Reviews. He's not quite an amateur, not quite a connoisseur, but regardless of the brewer, he's got taste in beer for sure.
You can tell just by his gut, this guy is a bona fide beer nut.
So whether it's a porter or an IPA, whether it's from Europe or the USA, if you can brew it, Chad can review it. It's time for Chad's Beer Reviews.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Out here in a nice sunny summer afternoon. I'm drinking an appropriate beer. This is Dundee Summer Wheat Beer. Now, like all Dundee beers, I have a very long description on the back. I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's just kind of one of those little anecdotal, jokey kind of things. Limited release though. It doesn't say the ABV. I'm going to have to look that up. I think it's 4.5 or so. I'm using my 𝓀 tumbler with a handle I haven't used in a long time, just to kind of match my shirt and hat here. I actually had this beer at the Saratoga Brew Fest, but I only had 5 ounces of it, and I had about 20 beers before that, so don't really remember it that well right now. Oh, that's a pretty perfect pour there. That's a nice color. It's matches the bottle almost perfectly. It's yellow, very hazy, some bubbles in there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Got a nice, two-finger head there. Bright white, bright white, foamy, frothy. Smells, doesn't really smell like much of anything. It just kind of smells like beer. Little bit of like lemon in there, a little bit of wheat, but not a whole lot. I don't think this is, I would definitely not consider this a Hefeweizen. I think it's just one of those, it's the American pale wheat ale, that kind of catch-all term for, you know, beers made with wheat but aren't Hefeweizens per se. So enough talking, more drinking. Well, there isn't a whole lot going on as far as flavor. Not that it's a flat beer, it's rather mild. It's the first thing I noticed was how refreshing it was. Like, this just quenched my thirst like as soon as it hit my tongue. See, look, I've only taken 2 swigs and I'm almost halfway done. Yeah, it's a refreshing beer. Not a whole lot of body going on here. I do notice a slight, real slight kind of lemony taste, and kind of like this weedy, almost kind of chalky middle and finish to it. It actually has like there's even like kind of a slightly creamy texture to the body. It's not as crisp as you would think. Yeah, it finishes with like kind of something akin to like a Kolsch or Pilsner. You know, it's not all that effervescent. I mean, I'm looking at it right now and it's almost totally tepid. You know, decent beer. I mean, this is the kind of beer that you want in a summer beer. It's like extremely drinkable because like there's not a whole lot going on in the body. There's certainly nothing about it that's turning me off. And like the palate itself is like thirst quenching, so that's, you know, that's good. But there isn't a whole lot impressing me about it either. It's weird because it has like this dry, the aftertaste is a little, it's like a little dry, but also like has kind of a creamy character to it. I know I said that a few times. Even though they say on the bottle here, crisp and cloudy, it's not as crisp and lively and effervescent as a Pilsner or a Kolsch or even a lager would be in your mouth. It's just typical pretty typical American wheat ale, or pale wheat ale. I mean, I really don't even have all that much more to say about it. There just really isn't a whole lot to say. It's pretty one-dimensional. Yeah, I think 5 is a good rating. It's an average beer. I'm kind of indifferent to it. Like I said, not a lot to like, really not much to hate. I think if they had put a little more kind of citrusy character to it, maybe it had like some real hop character to it to bring out like a natural citrus flavor, like how Southern Tier did with their Hop Sun, that would improve it a bit. But I know who Dundee's audience is, and this is the kind of beer you buy in a supermarket or the gas station. If I'm going to a brew crew to pick out craft beer, Dundee's usually not going to be my top choice or near my top choice. But I got to thank Pete at Dundee again for sending me this, and I got one more beer in the fridge, but I probably won't get to that till I get back from Florida. So that does it for this episode. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.
Don't really remember it that well right now.